Terrible Tudors, gorgeous Georgians, slimy Stuarts, small Victorian, woeful wars, ferocious fights, stingy castles, daring knights, horrors that defy description, cutthroat council, bull Egyptian, vicious Vikings, cruel crime, punishment from ancient times, Roman, rotten, wreck and ruthless, cavemen, savage, bears and tubulars, groovy Greeks, brainy sages,
mean and between Middle Ages,
gory stories, we do that, and your host a talking rat. The past is no longer a mystery. Welcome to
Horrible Histories.
Smashing Saxons.
In Saxon Britain, arguments between families could really get out of control. Like in EastEnders, only with lots more blood.
Oh, I am bushed. Oh. Your dad killed my dad! That's only because your dad killed my uncle!
Yeah, well, your uncle deserved it for stealing my grandma's horse!
Yeah, well, that was because it... Because... You know, I can't remember that far back. This blood feud between our two families has lasted so long, hasn't it?
Yes, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Anyway, your dad killed my dad and I demand revenge!
Ow! I like that arm! That was my favourite! Right, well, I'm going to show you then!
Okay. I'll get you for that if I don't get you first!
Oi! You killed my husband! I demand revenge! Oi! Did you just kill my husband? Yeah, because he killed my husband first. Yeah, but only because his dad killed his uncle.
Woo, 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 woo. Knock, knock. Hey now. This blood feuding is getting out of hand.
Who are you?
I'm the King of Anglo-Saxon England. You recognise me from the coin?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
You so much sweatier in person.
Yeah, well, I've just run up a hill, haven't I? Right, look, to stop all this feuding, I've come up with a new law, OK? It's called Weregild. What it means is if you commit a crime, you have to pay money to the victim or their family, OK? It's very, very simple. Small crimes cost less, big crimes cost more.
All right, then.
What do you do?
Ow! 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 Ow!
This is all the time. Well, 100 shillings, so if you could pay that across.
Thanks very much. I'm getting loaded this.
I don't... I'm trying
Right. So how much do I pay her family, like 200 shillings or something?
I don't think she's got any family left now, has she? And this is getting ridiculous. Well, OK, new law. You have to pay the king now, because she hasn't got any family, so new law. Thank you.
I complain, but I haven't got a leg to stand on.
It's true and 100% accurate. The Weregild law meant if you killed someone, you had to pay their family. But if you just hurt them a bit, well, you only had to pay for the bit that you'd hurt. So, cut off a big toe, that's 20 shillings. Cut off a nose, 60 shillings. Wonder how much it is if you cut off a tail. Bet the 3 blind mice were never paid by the farmer's wife.
Saxons really were a vicious bunch, and they were very superstitious too.
Welcome to Anglo-Saxon Ghost Hunt. This week, I'm with Ethelberger of Norwich. She's found something spooky in her hut. Come on.
This way.
Oh! Don't be afraid. Right, where's that coming from? There, OK. All right, whose ashes are in this jar?
That's my husband. He was killed by the Vikings.
The Vikings, OK. You had him cremated then?
Yes, and he's haunting me.
OK.
Yeah.
Right, don't worry, that's why I'm here. All right. OK. Oh! Don't worry. No, he's talking to me. He's trying to talk to me. Darling, OK. He's trying to talk to me. OK, I can't quite hear. What's that? All right, OK. Now, as every Anglo-Saxon knows, what you should have done is put a little hole in the side of the jar, OK? Because when dead spirits find themselves confined in little jars, they get a bit cross.
Oh, I see.
OK, so just put a little hole in there.
Right.
OK.
Yeah.
That's probably why it's haunting.
Right.
OK.
Yeah.
OK. Oh! No, don't be afraid, no. Where's that coming from? Over here. OK, who's in there?
That's my uncle Athelric,
Okay.
and he was killed by Vikings too.
OK, here's an idea.
Right.
All right. Because dead spirits, they like to have a bit of a natter, just like we do. So what we're going to do is we're gonna mix up the ashes like that. OK, I can have a little natter now. OK, there. Problem is solved. The haunting has stopped.
That's a great relief. Oh, phew.
All right, so what you should have done in the first place to avoid all this bother,
Yeah.
OK, when they died, just chop their heads off.
Oh, right.
Yeah? Because it's a well-known Anglo-Saxon fact that if you chop the heads off when they die, they won't haunt you.
Is that true?
Only one way to find out.
No, don't worry. It's a ghost. Don't worry, it's a ghost. It's only a It's not a ghost, it's an actual Viking.
Vile Victorians.
Grubs up! It's Ready Steady Feast. Today's guest is a Victorian gentleman with the most unusual diet in history. He's eaten stewed blue bottles, squirrel pie, mouse on toast. He's even eaten roast giraffe. What on earth is he going to bring along today? Please welcome Dr. William Buckland.
Good day to you, madam, and may I say it's a deep honour for me to be on your esteemed entertainment programme. I only hope I live up to your splendiferous introduction.
Is that Victorian for hello?
Yes.
Great. Hello back. What ingredients have you brought for us to cook?
Well, I didn't want to shock anyone, so I brought some everyday items that I would eat on an average evening. Here is my first item.
A grey sock.
No, an elephant's trunk. Delicious roasted. For my second item, I brought along a sauce. I'm sure your audience already have a bottle of this in their larders.
Oh, it smells a bit nutty.
Yes, it's bat's urine. My third item, I've got a rare French delicacy.
Truffles.
More rare.
What's rarer than truffles?
The heart of King Louis XIV. Yummy.
That can't really be.
Oh, it is. It's the mummified heart of the former King of France, stolen from his tomb and brought by me. A delicacy.
Disgusting. Dread to think what's next. Still, what could be worse than a 100-year-old human heart?
For my final item, I brought along a pound of sprouts.
Sprouts? That is disgusting.
Grubs up.
No sprouts here, sunshine. Put them back in your little bag.
I got some panther in
I don't want your panther.
William Buckland really did eat all those things, as well as alligator, roast ostrich, and a mole. Just imagine him doing a bush tucker trial, eh? This is delicious. Got any more, John Maggots?
The second Baron Rothschild was another eccentric Victorian. Did he have A, a carriage drawn by 4 zebras, B, snakes twined around the banisters in his house, C, a dinner party with 12 dressed monkeys? The answer is... he had all 3. He really was a potty Victorian. And he wasn't the only one.
Stupid deaths, they're funny 'cause they're true. Stupid deaths, hope next time it's not you. Next! Name?
Matthew Webb,
Year of death.
1883,
Profession?
professional swimmer.
I'll just put unemployed. Method of death?
Well, I was the first man to swim the English Channel in 1875, and I became quite the Victorian celebrity, participating in exhibition swimming matches and floating in a tank of water for 128 hours. I even wrote a book, The Art of Swimming.
So method of death. Water-related, perchance?
Well, I thought I'd go one better than swimming the Channel, so I tried to swim across some rapids.
And where were these rapids exactly?
Underneath Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls.
It wasn't pretty.
I bet it wasn't. You plonker.
Well, anyway, that's for you. I signed that for you, so...
Ooh, thank you. Next. Stupid deaths, hope next time it's not you.
Frightful First World War.
Some women did their bit for the war effort by working in munitions factories, making things like grenades, ammunition and bombs.
Working in a munitions factory can be really hard work, so when I go out at the end of the day, I like to look my best. That's why I always steal some deadly high explosive from the production line and use it to dye my hair. A little TNT can really liven up your locks, transforming you from a brunette to a blonde. I never knew I could look this good. Here's a sciencey bit. TNT is the abbreviated name for the chemical compound trinitrotoluene. It's used in bombs to blow things to kingdom come. It'll bleach your hair, but it can turn your skin yellow too. Now I'm blonde all over. Thanks, TNT. Hey, I'm a real blonde bombshell. Even though many women genuinely use TNT to bleach their hair during the war, putting high explosive on your head is ill-advised and could well result in death. Dodgy war inventions, number 16. The First World War's Zeppelin airship. Zeppelins were basically massive gas balloons with engines, designed by the Germans to drop bombs on British cities. They were brilliant, because their enormous size meant they could carry loads of bombs. But there was one small problem. Their enormous size also meant they were almost impossible
impossible to miss.
Oh, does anybody have some chewing gum and a bicycle pump?
Groovy Greeks.
Right, how are we feeling?
I'm not any better. I really need to see a doctor.
I know, but our two best doctors are off sick. And I'm afraid that just leaves Dr. Hippocrates, the ancient Greek.
Yes, sorry I'm late. Let's get started, shall we? Hello, I'm Dr. Hippocrates, father of medicine, on transfer from the year 400 BC. What seems to be the problem?
Well, I've got a bit of a cough and I've got a terrible pain in my chest.
Have you been violently shaken up and down at all?
No.
Well, why on earth not? Nurse, shake this woman violently up and down. If you hear a splashing sound, she has lung disease. If not, apologise and put her down.
Yes, Doctor.
Hello, my name's Dr. Hippocrates. What seems to be the problem?
Well, I've got a nasty gash on my arm. It doesn't seem to be healing. I was just worried it might be infected.
I think we might have to run a few tests. First of all, I'll need a sample from the wound itself. Then I'll need a sample of your earwax.
Ow!
A couple of nice, fresh bogies. And of course, last, but by no means least, a sample of your wee-wee.
How long will it take for the results to come back?
Oh, I should say about 10 to 15 seconds. Well, the good news is I don't think there's any infection.
Great. And what's the bad news?
I'm going to be sick.
You know what I call a mixture of blood, earwax, bogey and wee? Lunch! Of course, Hippocrates didn't really drink all that in one go. No, that would have been quite disgusting. No, he had them one at a time, which makes it okay. I'm sure you'll agree.
All doctors still have to take the Hippocratic Oath, named after Hippocrates. And he's not the only Greek who gave his name to things. There was also Alexander the Great, a great military leader who conquered countries and founded cities.
So, what shall we call this new city, O Alexander? Oh, sorry. Oh, Alexander the Great.
Yeah. I think we should call it... Alexandria, after our great and powerful leader. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There he is.
Well, you have founded a whole chain of cities from Greece to India.
Indeed I have.
And you named this one Alexandria.
Uh-huh.
And you named this one Alexandria, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Then there's Alexandria,
Yeah.
Alexandria,
Yeah.
and further east there's Alexandria.
Okay, let's not forget Alexandria.
No. Well, that's the thing. I think it might be getting a bit confusing, don't you? Could we perhaps name this new one after someone else?
Okay. I am the greatest military commander that ever lived. I have conquered the known world, and I am barely 26 years old. Perhaps when you found your own city, you can name it after yourself. You could call it, Skinny Mandria. But since I'm founding them, I'd like to call it Alexandria. Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, actually, do you know what? Perhaps you're right. A great military ruler also listens to his advisors. It is getting a bit confusing. I think we should call it Iskandaron.
Iskandaron, great. Why Iskandaron?
It's Turkish.
Is it Turkish for Alexandria?
Yes.
Thought so.
Okay.
Rotten Romans.
Hello and welcome to the news at when? When? The Roman era. A time when Rome was the most powerful city in the world, and who ruled Rome became a question of life or death. Literally. Here to explain more is Bob Hale with the Roman Report. Bob.
Thank you, Sam. Well, you may have heard that Rome wasn't built in a day, and it wasn't. In fact, it took them a whole year. The year 753 BC to be precise, and there it is, slap bang in the middle of Italy. Rome is founded, and it starts as a kingdom, which means it needs a king. And there he is. In fact, there were several, right up until 510 BC when we get one called Tarquin. No, don't laugh. And he's a terrible bully. So bad, in fact, that the Romans just get rid of him. Not just him, but kings altogether. Crikey. And Rome becomes a republic. Oh, excuse me, which means it's now ruled by the Senate. 300 elected senators, which makes it a democracy. A bit like our parliament, but with a lot less shouting. And the busy senators have a massive empire to run, so they appoint people to do stuff for them. Lawmakers and governors and praetors and quaestors and aediles and all sorts of other people with silly-sounding jobs until Julius Caesar turns up and says, "Whoa, there's too many of you and your job sounds silly. Why not just have one person in charge of everything? Someone like, I don't know, me! Yes, Julius Caesar becomes dictator. He keeps the Senate, but basically he's in charge. A bit like a headmaster, but with a lot less shouting. Then Caesar gets murdered, and a fellow called Augustus takes over, and he decides the Senate is still too powerful, so he makes himself emperor and says the Senate can only give him advice. And being emperor is a great job. There's banquets and power and helicopters and money, except not helicopters, and it's so great that everyone wants to be one. People start queuing up to be next, and if they get bored of queuing, then they just kill the current emperor and take over, like this. Brilliant! Until someone kills them, and then someone kills them, and then, well, you get the picture. There's a lot of dead emperors. In fact, if we look at the emperometer, we can see that in 193 AD, there were 5 different emperors in just 1 year. Ooh, with a whopping 6 in the year 238 AD. And between 238 and 285 AD, there were no less than 25 different Roman emperors. 25! And their names were Gordian and Maximus and Balbinus and Gordian and Decimus and Sabaticatanius and Iatopapanius and Sycilacamachinus and Nuela Telarina Macarena, Guitela He Palaligareto Blina, Etola Beta Garea Macarena, Macarena. Hey, back to you, Sam.
Some of our Roman emperors were pretty crazy, and Emperor Caligula was one of the craziest. You should have heard his speeches.
Hail Caligula, Emperor of Rome.
Ah, Josephus. Who am I?
Caligula.
No, I'm the famous Greek general, Alexander the Great. This is his real armour and everything. I had them dig up his grave so I could wear it. Oh, look, a worm. Hello, wormy. Hello, General.
I've been sent to help you with this speech. We're a little concerned you might come over a bit crazy.
Caligula? Crazy? I'm not crazy. I just have a great sense of humour. Did you hear about the sacrifice of the bulls the other day?
Yes. You hit the priest with a hammer and sacrificed him instead.
Oh, that's still funny. So, anyway, what's wrong with the speech?
Well, take the beginning.
Ah, yes, my big opening.
Hi, Caligula, I'm a god. I only have to nod and all your throats will be cut.
Right. How about starting with hello?
Oh, really? All right. Hello.
Rome is just a city of necks waiting for me to chop.
Yeah, it's good. How about hello, it's great to be here in Rome. What a city.
So you'd lose the whole chopping necks thing completely?
I wouldn't start with it.
I thought they'd love that. You liked it, didn't you, Wormy? Yes, I did. I thought it was wonderful. Good old Wormy. Oh, well. Never mind. How about if I just say, hello, it's great to be here in Rome. What a city. Thank you all for coming. They might not think I'm crazy.
Yeah. By the way, what is the occasion?
Oh, I'm making my dear friend Incitatus a consul.
Well, there's nothing crazy about that.
No, he is my favourite horse. He's a good horse, isn't he, Wormy? No, I don't like him. How dare you? Let me out. No, bad Wormy. Dirty Wormy.
Emperor Caligula really did make his horse Incitatus a consul. But what was Incitatus fed? Was it oats mixed with A, flakes of gold, B, caviar, or C, bat's urine? The answer is A. Incitatus the horse was fed oats mixed with flakes of gold. He also had 18 servants and a stable the size of a palace.
Terrible Tudors.
Our Tudor queen, Elizabeth I, just loved making up nicknames for people.
Pygmy! Pygmy! Ah,
There you are, Pygmy.
Yes, I do wish you wouldn't call me that, Your Majesty. You could just call me Robert, or Cecil, or Robert Cecil, or indeed First Minister.
But you know how I love nicknames, Pygmy. I give all my favourite courtiers nicknames, Pygmy. And anyway, Pygmy suits you, Pygmy, because you're so short and ugly.
Bravo, such wit! And why did you call for your First Minister, Majesty? Is it a matter of national importance?
Indeed. I seek your counsel on a most pressing international issue.
Really?
My new French friend, the Duke of Alençon, needs a nickname.
Oui, I demand my own nickname.
Usually I'm so good at coming up with nicknames, aren't I, Water?
Oh, indeed you are, my queen. When I first introduced myself as dashing explorer Water Raleigh, you cleverly noticed that with my West Country accent, I don't pronounce my L's properly.
So instead of Walter Raleigh, he became Water Raleigh.
Water Raleigh aspired.
So, now, my French friend needs a nickname. That's it. I think I have it. I shall call you Frog.
Frog? Because I am French. Formidable.
No. Frog, because your skin is so horrid and slimy like a frog's. Only worse.
Those are all real nicknames Elizabeth used for her friends. Some were pretty nasty, but it was worse if she didn't give you a nickname. It meant she didn't like you, and you wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of Liz. Oh.
Tudors love chopping people's heads off, and this week in Oh Yay magazine, it's our execution special. We've got exclusive pictures of the execution order Queen Elizabeth signed for her own cousin Mary Queen of Scots. Also this week, My Axe Shame by Mary's executioner.
Oh, no, I'll let the big occasion get to me, I'm afraid. I kept hitting her head and her shoulders instead of her neck. But luckily the story has a happy ending. I sawed through her neck gristle. Results.
And don't miss our exclusive survey. Which Tudor monarch is the meanest? Or are they all just as bad as each other? That's all in this week's Oh Yay magazine.
Anyone who's lived around these parts or ever knew us is well aware that you should never mess with the Tudors. My granddad Henry VII, he beat King Richard. That's him pictured, defeating the type. He liked his name so much that, to keep alive his memory, he called his own son Henry. What was he like? Everyone said Henry VIII was a baddie. I have to agree, even though he was my daddy.
Just popping out to chop some wives.
'Cause we're Tudors, Britain's biggest feuders, and just like Barrow Tudors, we kill with methods foul. Tudors, if Jeremy or Judas, at least we're not as rude as Simon Cowell.
My reign was quite notorious. I liked to hunt and slaughter.
But then you had a daughter, Mary was her name.
It was a son I wanted, so I divorced her mother.
Then wife two had another.
A girl, not again.
Oi, that's me you're talking about.
Tudor, superior to Tudor, who followed me as ruler.
Best not to ask.
It must have been my laddie.
Yes, sickly little Eddie was ill and soon got deady.
And who came next?
Your daughters then took over. First came Bloody Mary. My sister's rule was scary, so all hail me. Tudors, the history books reviewed us as nutters and big bruisers who kill and cull. I never had an heir, so our reign ended there.
We may not have been fair,
but we were never dull.
Tall tale, atrocious acts. We gave you all the fearsome facts. The ugly truth, no glad or glitz.
We showed you all the juicy bits.
Story, ghastly, mean and cruel. Stuff they don't teach you at school. The past is no longer a mystery. Hope you enjoyed
Horrible Histories.